We have got the MEC Powerplay. It's an opportunity for business leaders to come in and be motivated, to get good sales training, to get good customer service training, to learn about important issues like infrastructure, to learn about workforce, and then to hear from David Abney, the CEO of UPS, who is a Mississippi native, and from Ken Carter. Coach Carter is a native of Macomb, Mississippi, and just actually a little hamlet outside of Macomb. So,
what is the goal of the annual meeting and of MEC?
It convenes people from all over the state, 70 different counties, and we bring them together to really talk about the issues that are going to help move the state forward. And we also honor our best and brightest students. We have 1,000 students, parents, and teachers who are being honored for academic achievement. MEC runs on volunteer power. And you're all a volunteer. You're all a member of the organization. You help make MEC strong. Every time you read those dang e-newsletters I send you, you participating in MEC. And of course, we're run with volunteer chairs. I'd like to announce that our board took some action the other day and has announced our slate for the upcoming. We have our third second-generation chair will be taking over 2 years from now. And his father served about 12 years ago, and in just 2 years, our third second-generation chair will take over, and that is William Yates, the third from Yates Construction. William, stand up. We're glad you're going to be taking over in a couple of years. We've also confirmed that Robin Robinson from Sanderson Farms will be our chair next year. Robin has been chair of our Leadership Mississippi program and our M.B. Swayze Foundation. Robin is a great volunteer. Please join me in honoring Robin Robinson. And of course, I'd like to talk about the two chairs that are going to exchange position today. How cool is it to have two back-to-back chairs who are passionate about community service and who are also nice guys? You know, it's very cool. And it's extra bonus when they both are so committed to making a meaningful difference. Now, first I'm going to give you a little background on our incoming chair, but you won't meet him right away. He'll come up in just another couple of minutes. But our incoming chair is David Gates. He's the division president at Atmos Energy. He's an engineer and a graduate of Texas Tech University. David first arrived here in Mississippi in 2007 to serve as president of Atmos as part of a nearly 30-year career in the energy business, in which he started with Atmos in 1991. He served in Texas and Kentucky before coming to Mississippi. He's responsible for the Mississippi Division, which is the largest natural gas provider in the state, with over 260,000 customers, serving communities from South Haven all the way to Lucedale. He gets around. He knows Mississippi. In addition to the primary role at Atmos, David serves as an Atmos Spirit facilitator, where he focuses on leadership training and shaping culture and building team spirit in that company. As a result of that, Atmos entered the competition to be selected one of the best places to work in Mississippi by the Mississippi Business Journal in both 2010 and 2012, and both times they received that fine designation. In addition to making great strides at Atmos, it didn't take long for David to get involved in our community, serving as chair of Leadership Mississippi and also our Swayze Foundation, which does the STAR program. He got involved in the Mississippi Energy Institute and also the Greater Jackson Chamber Partnership. And today, in addition to getting ready to take over the chair of MEC, he also serves as chair of the Mississippi Energy Institute and the Greater Jackson Chamber Partnership. Now, folks, I don't want to get paranoid here, but that sounds like the beginning of a new world order, doesn't it? No, I'm just kidding. But he is a great leader. He's very, very active in the community. He's been active in Mission, Mississippi. He's active in the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation and the Go Red for Mississippi event for the Heart Association. He and his wife, Jill, and Jill's here today, have two grown sons, and you'll meet David in just a moment. But it's important first to honor our outgoing chair, Albino Castilla. Albino is a tax lawyer with Butler Snow. He's also a CPA. His roots run deep in Madison County, Mississippi, and his service runs broad in the community. He's truly a community miracle worker. He's a Millsaps grad, both undergraduate and graduate. He earned his law degree at the University of Virginia, where he was served as editor of the Virginia Tax Review, a very prestigious position. While he is wrapping up a fantastic year as chair of MEC, in which he had this quiet and effective leadership style that made a significant difference in moving along so many of our Blueprint Mississippi projects. And he's already thinking and talking about what's next. What's he going to be involved in next at MEC? Because he's a real doer. He's made it happen for MEC time and again. His list of community involvement, particularly here in Jackson, goes on and on. Past president of the Capital Area Bar Association. In addition to that, the Arts Alliance of Jackson and the Hinds County. The president of the Jackson E-Center Foundation. The 2014 chair of the Mississippi Center for Education Innovation. The past chair of Jackson 2000, a board member at MINAC, Baptist Health System, and also the Community Foundation of Greater Jackson. And there's much more. It goes on and on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, when there's a job that needs doing, ask Alvino Castilla. He'll step forward and get it done. And he'll do it giving credit to others, not to himself. Please join me in welcoming a man who knows how to lead with the great strength of his experience, tempered by a gentle touch. The outgoing chair of the Mississippi Economic Council, from Butler Snow, Alvino Castilla.
Thank you, Blake. Wow, what a crowd. It's a super turnout today. Now, last night I was looking online. I thought with a crowd like this, I need a good joke to start things off, but really couldn't come up with anything after I figured reading a joke just doesn't have the same zing as if I knew it from memory, so I guess I'll just have to hold off on that. Thank you for making this a truly remarkable red letter day for MEC. And at the outset, I'd like to make 3 sets of acknowledgments. First, I'd like to thank Blake and the entire MEC staff for their great commitment and organizational skills. This annual meeting is one of our signature events, along with Hobnob in the fall and Capitol Day in January. And the staff does an outstanding job of planning and putting on these events in a first-class fashion, along with their everyday day jobs of delivering valuable services to our members. So please join me in giving our staff at MEC a big round of applause. Second, there's a saying that everybody is from somewhere, and I'm from the house of Willingham and Teresa Castilla in South Madison County. I want to acknowledge some very special guests here with me today. A few family members, my father, Willingham Castilla, a truly great man in his own right, who's completing his 3rd book since age 80. My sister, Dr. Magolia Castilla in emergency pediatrics at UMC, and my youngest sibling, Kimara Castilla, who works with JPD here in Jackson. Also, some very close friends who are here that I won't call by name, but thanks to all of them great supporters. I'd like to finally thank my Butler Snow colleagues for their presence here and the firm for its great support of me and of MEC over this last year. Now, I have to mention our annual report, which you've seen in your seat. And it really tells the story of this great organization, which touches many lives in many ways, in education, in leadership, in economic development, and in policy research, advocacy, and in professional development. It's a great piece to keep and look over. As chair this past year, I've had the privilege of working with the leadership of our state and with MEC members, business and community leaders who play a key role in their hometowns across this great state. MEC this year reached out more than ever before with our regional roundups that were held in some 27 communities. But we added another dimension this time, and after each roundup, we had we held at least a 1-hour open-ended roundtable discussion with community leaders. And this process gave us some real insight into the challenges and opportunities facing communities, both large and small. And it'll help us as we work on the 4 major pillars of progress for Blueprint, which are education and workforce, economic competitiveness, resources and infrastructure, and finally, technology advancement. This year, we also made some real progress in positioning Mississippi's competitiveness by partnering with the Mississippi Economic Development Council and the Mississippi Partnership for Economic Development to provide a useful study to the Mississippi Development Authority. And today, MDA is using what we learned through this competitiveness analysis and study process to better focus its strategic planning for boosting workforce, to help it improve internal operations, and increase the quality of our industrial sites, and finally strengthening the incentives and business climate that we offer here in the state. And all of that was another part of the key effort undertaken under the umbrella of Blueprint Mississippi. Blueprint, of course, is our MEC strategic plan, if you will. It's multi-year economic planning and engagement effort. Blueprint gains its strength from the involvement of literally thousands of business leaders around the state, the leaders who make up MEC. Let me mention our newly launched Mississippi Scholars Tech Master program, which was initiated through our Public Education Forum. In just its first full year of operation, the Tech Master program is recognizing high school students who take a career course of study, recognizing them in the same way that we recognize those who take an academic path. While our goal was only 30 school districts initially in the first year, we actually ended up being in 75. As a result, many more workforce-ready students will be getting an important career edge. I'd like to thank the board members of MEC, the Public Education Forum of Mississippi, and the M.B. Swayze Foundation, as well as all the MEC members who have served on task forces and committees this year, providing boots-on-the-ground work to strengthen our blueprint effort. But all of that being said, you are the fabric of this organization, and it is what you do that helps make our state stronger. Finally, I'm grateful to the leadership of MEC for giving me this wonderful opportunity to meet and partner with so many people who make a great difference for Mississippi. It's been a marvelous experience, and one that now our next chair, David Gates, will get to realize. MEC believes in the value of building human capital, and so does David. He is a strategic thinker who respects diverse opinions, and he's always looking for to find positive paths forward. These are the hallmarks of MEC, and your new chair will serve our organization well. This concludes my remarks, and now it gives me great pleasure to introduce the next chairman of the Mississippi Economic Council, David Gates.
Thank you, Alvino. I'm honored to have this opportunity to follow in your footsteps and in the footsteps of many other leaders that have led in this position since 1949. Now, part of the effectiveness of MEC is the legacy that past chairs don't just check out. They stay engaged, they stay involved, and they continue to serve this organization in impactful ways, and I know you'll continue that legacy. Your leadership was humble, yet focused. It was lighthearted, yet tenacious. Your work last year to help us improve the tax fairness in Mississippi will have a lasting impact for us all. And we have framed pictures and words that tell the story of your leadership. And I trust that you'll be able to hang this in a place of distinction. And I hope that it'll remind you of the experiences, accomplishments, and treasured relationships that you have at the helm of MEC. So, Avino, thank you for making a meaningful difference.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Good job.
Wow, what a beautiful day we have today. What a beautiful looking group. And I just can't wait to hear from the governor and our keynote speaker. I'm very honored to serve as your MEC chair for the coming year. As Blake mentioned, I'm not originally from Mississippi. I got here as quick as I could. And to give you a little reference on that, I've moved over 20 times. I've lived in 13 states. But this is home. And we're thrilled to be here. Thank you. What I've found with Mississippi, and especially with the MEC, that if your heart is in the right place and you're willing to roll up your sleeves and help make this a better place for everyone, you'll be welcome and you'll be given a chance to make a difference. And I thank you for that opportunity. Now, I love the cover of our annual report that you have at your table. Building bridges to tomorrow. Now that really brings out the engineer in me. I love seeing things go up, be built, but I love the relationships that we also build with one to another. MEC brings that relationship into play with a business mindset. They bring the resources, the leadership, the advocacy, to really get things done. Economic development is a team sport, and we certainly know how to win at team sports in Mississippi. MEC is a remarkable organization. For 66 years, we've stuck to our foundation and to our principles of being an independent voice for business. As the year unfolds, I look forward to getting around Mississippi and to meet many of you in your hometowns as we continue to shrink the miles that separate us, to find real solutions for complex problems, and to help put Mississippi in a place of greatest opportunity. Thank you to my team at Atmos Energy for your support, and to my family, and for all of you for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you again, Alvino, for your wonderful service. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your involvement and commitment to MEC and to the future of our great state. Thank you.
What a great accomplishment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we had a great morning sessions this morning. We'd like to thank all our presenters who did a great job, but I just want you to recognize one other person on stage right now. This is a man who, with a single act, changed his life, but with many acts, changed the lives of others. He is the inspiration behind the movie Coach Carter, played by Samuel Jackson. Today, those of you who listened in the morning session had a chance to meet the real Coach Carter. And I wasn't going to bring him up, but we have to. He's a Macomb native. He went out to California. He was coaching a high school team, and that high school team was in the championship, headed for the championship. And what did he do? He locked them out of playing. Why did he do that? Because they hadn't met their academics. And that single act, which was aimed at changing their lives, did what? It changed his life. A movie was made about him. He now runs his own school in Texas. I just wanted a chance for you to honor a great Mississippian, a Macomb native, Coach Ken Carter. Coach?
Wow, thank you so very much. It's nice to return like this. And no matter all the bad things I said about you first, I take them all back. But it is a pleasure to be here, and we're honoring these kids, and we have to understand that kids are 1/3 of our population, but 100% of our future. And all these mentors is in the room. If we don't do a good job, we won't be getting our Social Security checks. And so we got to remember that we don't get paid by the hour, we get paid by the value we bring to the hour, and we must always do more than what we're paid for as an investment in our future. So listen, I love you guys all, and it's great to be home. Thank you. Mississippi my roots come from here, and so all the success I've had come from the upbringing I had here in Mississippi. And what a great place to be. I always wanted to come back to Mississippi, and everybody wants to be somebody in what we call in life. But I just want to give good service. See, not all of us can become famous, but each and every one of us can become great, because greatness is defined by the service that we give to others. We just got to continue giving great service.
Today we talked about the 10 golden nuggets of customer service, and we really emphasized the opportunity that everyone on everyone's payroll has the choice and the opportunity to build customers for life, and we don't think about that. Every telephone call has a future, every walk-in, every text, every email, every inquiry deserves an answer. So we actually talked about some tools that is in everybody's toolbox, but there's some tools that are pretty rusty and dusty. And when we talked about those, you can just kind of see that aha look in the audience, because we all have the same opportunity, and I suspect after today's session they're going to go back and actually have renewed interest, because if you understand that everybody can build a customer for life, whether you're a beauty shop, a car dealership, or an escrow company, that's the future of economic development through customer service. And customer service is not just saying hello, thank you for coming in. It's about everything you do, your image, your first impression, the front door, how clean your windows are, everybody's dress, their smile. There's so many ingredients that make a successful customer service program. And it's so easy to get an A+, because in this business you either get an A+ or you fail. And with the lack of loyalty of customers, anything you can do bigger, better, brighter than anybody else, they're going to come back to you. And that's what made it happen today.
What's your reaction to everything that you've seen and heard here today?
This is probably and I speak all over North America. This is a huge conference. Just the luncheon's 2,700 people. So I'm thrilled to be part of a morning breakout session on customer service. And I can't recall a large conference like this being so organized and so well attended. So Mississippi has really got it together as far as economic development, communication, taking the tools we already have and build everybody up, and that's what this is all about. And I'm glad to be part of that success.
Message was really selling, but how can you do a 18-hour presentation in 45 minutes? So bottom line is an introduction to selling, what it takes to be great, why most people fail, and then what you should do after you walk out of this room.
What's your recommendation for businesses in Mississippi that want to be successful?
Learn, hire people, go to Dale Carnegie, David Sandler, anything. Learn selling and management so your salespeople have a profession that they can be proud of.
The big message today, as selling has changed, when you look at the internet changed the game, how we buy. There's pre-internet and post-internet. Before the internet, we as salespeople had all the information, right? So the consumer was willing to listen to us. But post-internet, now the internet exists, the consumer now has, 60, 70% of the information they need. They're further into the buying cycle. So how do you sell to somebody who knows probably more than you if you're a salesperson? That's the message today. How do you do that?
And what is your recommendation for people here in Mississippi?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a process that you're going to have to use when you're talking to salespeople if you want to close more deals, right? I'm going to walk through the different steps of what we need to do today to actually sell more effectively.
Today, the message that I was talking about was how to craft an exceptional customer experience for people who are not like you. It's really easy to understand what people who are just like you want, but if somebody's not like you, how can you figure out what they want, what they need, and how to give it to them? So, for example, I will never know what it's like to be a guy. I don't yet know what it's like to be 80 years old, and I've never been in the military, and I'm not a mom, but that doesn't mean that I can't meaningfully connect with people who are those things and give them an exceptional customer experience that's tailored to their needs, their wants, and that's what inspires not only customer loyalty, but also sales and profits.
And how does that benefit businesses in Mississippi?
Well, it benefits businesses everywhere, but in Mississippi what it means is that you're putting the welcome mat out for all different kinds of customers and saying, I see you, I get you, I value you, and I want your business, and I'm here for you. And of course that grows business today, but also fosters customer loyalty, referrals, and grows business tomorrow.
Your reaction to everything that you've seen and heard here today?
Oh my gosh, it's been a fantastic day. I can't believe the size of this group. I mean, there's over 2,000 people here. I've met the most exceptional business people. Everybody's super friendly. Everybody's super excited about business. Mississippi's on the move. I'm excited to be part of it.
When you look at all the speakers they have today, well, first of all, if you're not here, I think you've missed out on a fantastic event. You look at different speakers, and in today's economy, we're struggling still, trying to move ourselves out of recession, so every little bit helps. So if they're not here, they missed it. If not, they can probably watch this on video online, right?
So far, everything I've been witnessing is just nice. I am I'm from Cleveland. Everybody here is so accommodating, so nice, so gracious. I don't want to leave. I don't want to go to the airport.
My message here today is, of course, being able to promote my platform 13 Going on 30, which focuses on young girls embracing their age and not growing up too fast, but also just being in the midst of so many amazing students who have accomplished so much, so many state officials who are, out serving our communities and doing so much for everyone. It's really amazing to just be in this atmosphere right now. It's been a wonderful day, and it was a privilege to be able to perform for everyone as well and sing the national anthem and a few of my favorite selections. So it's just been a great day.
And it was an awesome day. I mean, a beautiful, beautiful weather, beautiful people. We had just an outstanding time. The speakers were incredible today, and we had Coach Carter. We had great speakers on, sales and customer service. And then when you bring everybody together, and you have the governor, and you have a CEO of a Fortune 50 company talk to us about the people of Mississippi and what they can do when they pull together, you can't get any better than that.
What are your goals for MEC as you look to become chairman in the future?
We're going to build on the progress that we've already had. We've really got a great legacy of what we've already accomplished. We've got a blueprint program that we've really laid out and raised the funds to actually carry these programs out. So, we're just going to keep on doing what we're doing, but better, faster, cheaper.
It's really a fantastic way for business people to really feel positive about what they're doing and to realize the recession's over, let's get moving.
If people have questions, like more information, what should they do?
Go to the website, mec.ms, and mec.ms just brings you a panoply of information.